Send money internationally to your loved ones in the Gambia with FRS Money. Lowest fees guaranteed. We promise a fast, reliable and secure services for you. At FRS Money, we are bringing you closer to home. FRS Money, your number one choice for money transfer services to the Gambia. Visit us now at www.frsmoney.com. Send now. Yaiborom.
And good afternoon to our wonderful followers watching live. It is Voice Out Digital Media, and here today it will be an exclusive analysis on the Gambia upcoming game against Algeria that will be held tomorrow at the Independence Stadium, and it's an exciting moment in Gambian football. And with you, I am your host Essa Lowe. Alongside my guest today is Ebrima Suwareh, communication assistant from the Gambia Football Federation. We'll take through on about the Gambia upcoming game against Algeria to be held tomorrow at the Independence Stadium in Bakau. As I already told you, it will be an exciting football in Gambia. It is an exciting moment rather in Gambian football, as tomorrow the Scorpions will host the Algeria under 23 in the CAF CHAN qualifiers to be held in the Independence Stadium in Bakau. It has been more than 4 years since the Gambia hosts international game at the Independence Stadium. And today we'll be hearing from the stadium manager, Ibu Fai, and the event management committee chairman, Willie Abran, and also the president of the Sports Journalists Association of the Gambia, Ibu Omar Jaju, who was also in attendance yesterday at the Independence Stadium. We'll also heard from the head coach of the under 23 or the CHAN team, Alhaji Sar, who also spoke with the journalists earlier this morning. We also have some conversation with certain football fans. We'll bring you that later on in the program. Well, Mr. Suwareh, welcome to Voice Out Digital Media, and it's a big pleasure to get you in our first sporting bulletin here.
Thank you so much, Essa. It's a pleasure, and just want to say hi to the viewers and, of course, to the management of and staff of this incredible institution. It's a pleasure, and I'm happy to be here. It's been a while. Yeah. We've been speaking on the phone, but again, it's you're doing a great job. So just to encourage you to keep up the momentum.
Thank you. Interesting one. How do you feel, when CAF temporarily offload the ban at the Independence Stadium?
Well, it was like an unbelievable occasion for all of us. It was like a new thing coming to Gambia and Gambian football in particular. It has been ages, and the government, through the ministry, GFF, all Gambians were really concerned about this CAF banning of the Independence Stadium. Yes, understandably, when the ban came, we all agree with the fact that the structures of the stadium, some at that moment were not up to date, and the standard required for CAF matches, But then, after the renovation was done, the quality of the furnitures, infrastructure, and the upkeep of the stadium, all of us were at one time, wondering why the ban still exists. Yeah. But then, it has to do with some little details that CAF said they are not satisfied with, so we could not do anything. But again, this came at a time that we really needed this one.
Indeed.
Because the CHAN team, reaching the final stages of the qualifiers, played against the Desert Foxes of Algeria. You know, they were finalists in the last edition. They only lost to Senegal in the final. So it was never going to be an easy game. So to have that game played at home, it's a massive confident push for the boys. But again, as a fan, as a football lover, it came at the right moment for us, definitely.
Interesting one. It is the right moment indeed for Gambian football, because many have been salty when Salvi play home, and I think tomorrow many Gambians will come out to watch that in a crucial encounter against Algeria. And again, Mr. Suwareh, going to the Independence Stadium, many have been saying that CAF they should have at least uplifted the ban of the stadium then before our World Cup qualifiers, that is the national team. In your own analysis, why do you think the stadium wasn't off lit then?
I think if we had this temporal opportunity during the AFCON qualifiers, we would have definitely qualified for the AFCON. No doubt about that. Our matches, some of the home matches that we played in Morocco, if those matches were played at home, obviously we were going to win those matches. But then, like I said earlier, it has to do with some little details of CAF, that they, I think in terms of the other areas, according to the reports I got, they were satisfied with the dressing room, media tribune, the scoreboard, all other areas except the playing surface.
Okay.
So that was where the problem was, and they were not 100% satisfied with how the surface was, even though for some of us watching from a distance, we will think that it's the best. It's in the best condition. We think that some of the pitches that our national teams have been playing on, you feel that the one at the Independence Stadium is in a far better state and condition than some of those pitches. But then it has to do with experts coming over, looking at the quality of the glass, some of the nitty-gritties. So those are areas that, for me, I have limited knowledge. So that is why anything that CAF says, we are not happy with it. So we have to go by their advice and their decision. So for this one, they say it's temporary. I know they are not 100%. Still, they are not satisfied with some of the things, but at least they've given us the opportunity to play there. So hopefully, if we play tomorrow, and then the female under-20 also game against Ivory Coast next weekend is going to be played there. So if we pass those two tests, probably they can.
It will be another giant step.
Hopefully, inshallah, Gambians will come in peace and will enjoy the game and support the boys. Make that atmosphere electric, so that the CAF media, the CAF match commissioners, the coordinator, the referees, all of them will give a very satisfactory report back to CAF. At least that will help us again.
Interesting one, Mr. Suwareh. Away from that, we will go straight to the CHAN team. We know that it will be a very interesting game against Algeria. Gambia, whenever we play with these North African countries, we normally have a magnificent performance against them from the national team to the youth category. How do you see the preparation of the CHAN team ahead of Algeria game? Because many Gambians have been saying that recently against Gabon, we couldn't score at least goals in those two encounters.
Absolutely. I think it was a concern for all of us that two matches we could not score. We hosted Algeria in chess. It was a goalless draw. We went to Gabon, I'm saying Algeria. It was a goalless draw. We went back to Gabon and played. It was another goalless draw, and we were able to defeat them on penalty shootouts. But then you will looking at both games. We had created numerous chances, both in chess and in Gabon. We had the chances, especially in Gabon. We had the chances to finish off that game, but unfortunately finishing was a problem, and this was a concern that a colleague put to the coach during the press conference this morning. I was like, yes, we realized that we did not score goals. We know that, and for the past 2, 3, 4 days, they were only focusing on finishing, and hopefully, because this is a home game, we know the Gambian public, the Gambian fan, they are very impatient in terms of the team. Yes, they want to watch beautiful football. All of a sudden, they want our national teams to be like the Barcelonas, the Real de Madrid, how they play, tiki-taka. But it's a national team, so it's going to be different. But then hopefully, it's a concern. But I think we now have enough experience in the squad, because the coming of Gaira Diouf and Pamour Sohna. I think they will add not only experience, but again creativity. And we know Gaira is a natural goal scorer. He has been banging in goals. He played in several countries, including in Europe and Asia, and he's back into the league and playing well also. So having also Pamour Sohna, who has been phenomenal in all categories for the Gambia, and he's yet to feature for the Team A, and this is a perfect opportunity for him to show himself or to show the fans that he's still the same Pamour Sohna. We saw him in a couple of matches with BST Galaxy, and his magical touches are still with him, and hopefully tomorrow we will see the best of him. And we have other players that have featured between the game we had with Gabon. I think the likes of Musa Njai, and the midfield trio, Lamin Sidik and the Mas Njais. I think we have creativity. Ebrima Suwareh is to one player of Marimo Park Food. Fantastic player. He's somehow when you see him, you will be like he's too soft. He's with the ball. He's something.
It's fantastic.
So I think we have what it takes tomorrow to score goals. Definitely.
Interesting one. We'll hear from the head coach of the CHAN team, Alhaji Saru. Earlier spoke with the media ahead of this encounter.
The Algerian team, we've been following this Algerian team before even our game against Gabon. We prepared for Gabon, and then we put our mind on Algeria. Algeria, they are the runners-up the last AFCON. After the Cup, they were the runners-up. They played against Senegal, and Senegal then beat them by penalties. So we know they have experienced players, very experienced. And we have young players, and we always motivate the players, tell them this is football, there is no age about football, because most of these Algerian players are 30, almost from 27 to 30 plus. So they have more experience, and it's a professional league. Our league is an amateur league. And then the Algerians, their selection is from the teams that are competing in the Champions League right now. That's where they make their selection. With my little knowledge, I have the experience of this North African team. I've played against a club Africans in Tunis, Raja Casablanca, Fus Rabat, you name them. And those are big teams, and I have a little bit experience and know how they play. This Algerian team, they will try for the first 10 minutes, they will try to score the goal. If they couldn't, they will wait for the second half. The last 10 minutes in the first half. If they couldn't score a goal, they have to wait again. And I know it's a team that will wait and look what we want to play, how we're going to play. And we don't want to give them that chance. The players are very well prepared, and definitely themselves, they have the confidence that this is the first time we reach this level. So if we win tomorrow and qualify, it's a history for them. And this is what we always say in training. We want to make history. We want to qualify for the first time of CHAN. Thank you.
Right, welcome back. That is from the head coach of the CHAN team, Alhaji Sar, who spoke with the Gambia media ahead of this crucial encounter against Algeria. We heard from the head coach who said that playing against the North Africans is something that he has experience with as a head coach, and he will be doing all means to make sure that he will won this game at the Independence Stadium.
Yes, if Alhaji Sar said so, we should believe him. He's I stand to be corrected, but I think he's the most experienced coach we have in the Gambia as of at the moment. He's played football. He's been an international. He played professional football, came back, and he's the most decorated local coach in the country. He has played against North Africans. With Camtel, with the Gambia Ports Authority, with Real de Banjul as a coach, and of course with the senior team as assistant coach to Thompson Fate and now to Jonathan McKinstry. And he has been there. He has seen it all. So and he has known Algerian football, and he can tell you that for free that they will try to score in the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes of each half. So it's for us, as far as he is known, that that for a fact that they'll be coming out to score from the word go. So it's for us to counter that those philosophy of Algeria. But I think Algeria has not been a problem for the Gambia for the past few years.
Indeed.
We've been either winning or drawing against them. So hopefully that trend will continue tomorrow at the Independence Stadium. I think the last time we met Algeria at the Independence Stadium, it was a good one-all draw. Fantastic.
The Mares time,
Yeah, it was like the stadium was jam-packed till some people has to even round the football pitch was jam-packed. That was definitely a moment for Gambian football, and it was a one-all draw. So I think those are the moments we need to bring back tomorrow. Not a jam-pack as that again the stands.
Yeah, indeed, and motivate this.
I think Alhaji Sar is in a better position to know exactly what is needed in tomorrow's game.
Also highlighted this Algerian team have an advantage because most of their players are playing in the CAF Confederation Cup and the Champions League.
Yeah, they have a professional league that we need to know for a fact. I think we are an amateur league. Yes, we have, like I highlighted earlier, some experienced players within the team that have gone professional and come back. And but then compared to the Algerian side, they have a better experience in terms of a league, and in terms of motivation. They are well paid professionals. But then it's good to highlight that so that people will know. But again, it's football. It's 90 minutes. It's 11v11, and we have the fans to be the 12th man on the pitch for us. So for me, I'm not that much worried about what Algeria has to offer. All I'm concerned for now, it's for the boys to go out there to express themselves, to play at free will, and of course to the fans also to give them the necessary support. Because in football, we understand that we cannot be on top of Algeria for 90 minutes. They will have their moments.
Yeah, indeed.
So at that moment, that is the time we need the fans, not the moment when the Gambian team is up. It's on top of Algeria, is creating chances. So those moments we support them, but the best moment to support them is when Algeria have their moments. I think those are the moments that we really need the fans to step up and push the team to make sure that they get over the line. But they have experience. They have a better league, but talent-wise, I think
we have a lot of talented players. Perfect. From there, also we'll go and we'll hear from the stadium manager Ibu Fai, who also highlighted the importance of Gambia hosting this game and how ready is the Independence Stadium to host this crucial encounter.
For the stadium, we are well prepared. You know, since we got the approval to play this match here, we've been working on some of the structures that needs to be in place. And as the media, you have gone through the areas that you are going to be. So, and I think it's perfectly done. Even we have approval on that already. The only challenge is the football field. So the stadium is ready to host the match because it's a test case for the stadium and also for the Gambia. And we want to make sure that we organize the match very well, different from the way we used to organize. Maybe that's where the GFF will come in, because on the day the stadium doesn't have much to do, it's the GFF that takes over. And that's why we want to organize this match like as a test for organizing an international match. Those of you who have traveled outside have seen how matches are organized in those countries, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to have the 1 mile rule, whereby everybody will embark on that side and then walk and come inside the stadium, and then make sure everybody is seated on their allocated seat, and we have enough security, enough stewards, and everything to be in place to make sure that the match is well organized.
Mr. Suwareh, we heard from Ibufai. He also highlighted the importance of the Gambia hosting this international game. He also highlighted how ready the Independence Stadium is. And he also said that this is an example for the country, so that at least they will organize this important game very well, so that CAF will know Gambia is ready to host for the international games.
Yes, I think the Independence Stadium is ready. I went there this morning and spent some time there, and for the past few days I've been going and coming back and forth to the Independence Stadium. Yeah. And I think especially today the staffs, and everyone, the security, definitely the stadium is ready.
It's ready to host the game.
And Ibufai, it's a CAF grounds money.
Yeah.
So I think grounds coordinator, he has been going for matches, and he knows what is needed to make sure that a perfect game, how to organize a perfect game. So he's someone that is very experienced and knows what it takes to satisfy what CAF needs. So I think we are ready, and I think if some of the people that are returning to the Independence Stadium for the first time tomorrow will be amazed with the kind of work that has been done there, and will be definitely encouraged that something has really changed drastically in the Independence Stadium.
Interesting one. That's a perfect one from Ebrima Suwareh. Away from that, we'll hear from the event management committee manager, or the chairman of the event management committee, Willie Abraham, who also spoke to the media yesterday.
Thank you very much. Yes, that's why we have been working. I'm almost losing my voice because we have to work around the clock. Yesterday we were working till 11 at night, trying to make sure things are all in place for the fans, because the fans miss Gambian football being played in Gambia. So we all thank God that we are at least back temporarily, and we must all come together to make sure that this temporarily is permanent, so that we can see back the senior national team and all the other categories that we miss watching. With the help of the general public, it will be possible to play here in September, because they have given us guidelines in which we must comply. Do you understand? And one of the guidelines is that no parking inside the stadium, no ticket sales on the day of the game at the stadium like it used to happen. And this is the sticker that we are providing for the organizing committee and for the VVIPs only. So apart from these vehicles, nobody can park inside the stadium. This is one of the requirements. The other one is about not selling tickets inside the stadium. That's why we have partnered with Oryx. They have been very helpful that we have all our tickets in all their stations from Banjul to Birkama. And we hope that in the future, if we continue to get approval to play here in September, we will make sure that we have tickets all the way to Basse, because football is watched nationwide. So we want to give a chance to everybody in the country to be able to buy a ticket and come and watch the game. Because we have put 5 security measures on each ticket that we will verify before you enter the stadium. And one of them is a QR code. And this QR code, once it is scanned, it means the ticket is invalid. That makes you to enter the stadium and you are done with verification. So these are all new things that we are trying to put in place, and this is all for our fans. We are here for the fans. And that's why all these guidelines were given to us by CAF, and we are trying to implement them. So we just ask the public to please be patient with us. This is the first game, and we want to play our games here. Do you understand? Because even myself, I want to sit here in the stadium and watch football. I don't want to be sitting at home and watching it on the TV. Do you understand what I'm saying? Exactly.
Well, from Billy Abraham, we heard from him. He highlighted the importance of Gambians getting their ticket on time before the encounter tomorrow. How important is that?
Yeah, very important. I think for now, these are for the side of the fan. It is the most important thing to go out there and get your ticket. It's not going to be business as usual. As we will always say. This has come at a time that a lot of things have changed in world football. Yes, we've not hosted international matches for a couple of years now, for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. But then football has changed. You know, how to organize matches has changed, so tickets are definitely not going to be sold at the Independence Stadium gate on Monday. All tickets are available at Oryx petrol stations in the Greater Banjul area. So you can walk there and easily get your ticket. And security measures are going to be tight tomorrow. So the best thing is go and get your ticket. When coming, come with your valid ticket. We know some people will try to,
do some scamming on the ticket.
But you know,
he highlighted that in fact that there are 5 measures, security measures on the ticket.
And preview to some of the security details that are included in the ticket. So if you are watching and you are trying to
smuggle and
please don't do, because you will be caught, and if you are caught, it's gonna be a problem for you. And so let them go out there, buy their tickets. It's as minimal as $300, $500, $700. So I think football has evolved, and football is very expensive.
Indeed,
I know when initially the ticket prices were out, the outcry was it's expensive, but nothing is cheap in football
nowadays in football.
You know, if you look at the budget of somewhere like what they spend in the stadium, that's what they want to get back
within a game.
I was like, what are you saying? Only the budget for logistics
for this game.
You know, it's
home and away.
It's more than what the amount of tickets can generate.
Indeed.
It's for us to go out there. It's for us to go and show support, solidarity to the boys. So let's go out and buy those tickets and go and support the boys tomorrow. But not to wait until the last minute. Yeah, we know we love last minute rush, but it's definitely not a good thing. So let's buy our tickets today, early tomorrow morning, hopefully, and then walk to the stadium. Because the match is 3 o'clock. It's not 4:30 or 4 p.m. as we are used to.
Interesting one. He also highlighted on the ticket numbering, like the numbering of the ticket, whereby when you see a ticket having A1, A2, it means you have to sit in that seat.
Yeah, the same.
First time.
Those are the new. Those are the new measures. Those are the new measures. That is why I said if you are some people are thinking of duplicating us in some dubious things. You are just exposing
or disturbing yourself.
But all the tickets, have the seat number. they will have a seat number printed in the ticket. Immediately you buy your ticket, you will know what seat number you are going to sit. Which side of the pavilion are you going to sit? Which number are you going to sit? So it's for you to walk there, straight, go to that gate, straight, go to the pavilion, straight, and go to your number, and you will sit there. So it's as easy as that. I think that have created that enabling environment for everyone to go out there and enjoy the game.
One from Mr. Ebrima Suwareh. From there we hear from the president of the Gambia Sports Journalists Association, who also spoke with the media yesterday.
Definitely I'm impressed with what I have seen so far regarding the press center, the conference center, and the media tribune. I think the reason why we are here is to make sure that we get used to the facilities. These are standard one, and then most of us are using these facilities for the first time. Maybe we have a few journalists that had the opportunity to travel outside and then fortunate to work in such environment or conditions. So I think I need to commend the Events Management Committee, the Federation, for making sure they are working closely with the SJAG, not only during the accreditation process, but also to take us on a tour to see how best we can closely work together, and there will be no hitches on match day. So the facilities are top notch. To be honest, we've all gone through it, we've seen it.
Well, welcome back from that. Omar Jadi also highlighted something important, that is the press. This is the first time many sport journalists that are accredited to cover international games. I think it is very good also for them to know.
Yeah, it's important. The media is always important. The role that the media plays in football, in society in general, it's very critical and crucial, and they are partners.
Yeah, indeed.
They are partners in development, and it's good that the Sport Journalists Association, as an umbrella body, is given that mandate, that mantle by the Events Management Committee to deal with the journalists here, to make sure that the process is smooth for them to make sure they created a platform for journalists to apply and then be accredited. So I think yes, the stadium capacity has gone down drastically, and this has also affected the journalists. Only 50 seats are allocated to journalists, and 15 of which will go to the Algeria on the international press. So the Gambian press only have 35 seats available. So. But then I think it's good that the SJG is taking the lead in identifying and doing the necessary logistics to make sure that journalists have a smooth entry and they can watch the game. And the sitting is very comfortable. You'll have you can use your laptop. You have free internet connectivity. The press conference room, it's a modern press conference room. So I think everything about the media, it's very, because these are things that FIFA and CAF don't joke with. I know Gambia sometimes we tend to forget about the media, even when we are building our stadiums,
mini parks.
It's crazy sometimes when you go for coverage, or I do. So even to create a simple space for the media, it's always difficult. The only time they will come to you is when they have something to share, when they want the public to know. But when the important D-Day come, you'll be like, where am I going to sit? You start running here and there. But that's not the case in the independent stadium. So everything is set, and journalists will be definitely comfortable to do their job.
Interesting one, Mr. Suwareh. In this CHAN tournament, it will be played in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. 19 teams will be participating. Are we hoping to see Gambia?
Yeah, for the first time. I can't wait for the Gambia's qualification, because this is very important for the current crop of players.
Indeed.
will they ever have a chance to play for the A team? Possibly.
Yeah.
You know, nothing is impossible in football.
Indeed.
But again, this is an opportunity for them to go and represent the country. You know, in a stage that is going to attract scouts. You know, the continent, and everybody is going to be concentrated in this tournament. I think CAF did very well in creating
this CHAN tournament, yeah.
Because one thing is, players playing in the Gambia, the likes of Morocco, Algeria, you know, the North Africa, these leagues that are professional, they have a chance for their players playing in the domestic league to play in their team A.
Yeah.
But that's a different case for the Gambia and countries like the Gambia. Because what you do is you need exposure, you need experience, you need whatever. So you go out and find players. So this is the opportunity for these players that are playing in our league to show themselves and show the world what they can do. And I feel that they are ready to deliver, and of course tomorrow they will deliver. We are all praying for them, and we will of course give them all the necessary support. I'm sure they will deliver, and this will be a historic moment if the Gambia is able to definitely qualify for the CHAN tournament.
For the Gambia to qualify in this CHAN tournament, we have to defeat at least Algeria to get a win in this crucial encounter. We watch the Gambia against Gabon inside Gabon. We see the Gabon stadium was almost in capacity. Are we hoping to see that tomorrow?
Of course, I know Gambians football, and Gambians really missed watching the national team.
Yeah, indeed.
The attendance in the league alone is improving, it's increasing. And when you go and watch league matches, first and second division, you can see Gambians going out and watching league matches, and this has increased the competitiveness of the league. And I guess those people will be going out tomorrow to watch their favorite players and you know, to support them. I feel that the Independence Stadium will be electric tomorrow, and we have support from the fans, and you know, hopefully we will have a full house to show the Algerians that what the last time they visited was just a trial, but this is the real game, and tomorrow we have that opportunity to show them. So I'm urging everyone to come out in numbers and go and cheer up the boys and make sure that we push them to cross that hurdle. A win in the first leg
is very crucial, yeah.
Important for us. And if we can win and win with goals, that would really help. But imagine, because these boys have shown that they are not afraid of intimidation. Because the intimidation they suffered against Gabon, I don't think they will suffer. They will face again, in Algiers, because in Gabon they went there. Even to go to Libreville, they had to take a military plane. Oh, could you imagine?
Yeah.
And, you know, the atmosphere was intimidating in the stadium. You know, but they're still strong, and they won on penalties. Even the senior team went to Gabon and lost. They went there and win convincingly. So. Let's push them, let's support them. They have the character and determination to make sure that they get over the line.
Interesting one, if Gambia happen to win this encounter, they will be in Group C, which Uganda, Niger, Guinea, and whosoever win between South Africa and Malawi. That will be a very interesting group. Interesting
group, because for the past couple of months, we've been playing Uganda. Times. We played them in the under-17, just concluded AFCON. They beat us. We went to the U15 female AFCON. They beat us again. Yeah. So I think we have
and more likely we will be with them. Yeah.
We with Uganda. But we first have to get over Algeria, and so we will start thinking about Uganda and other teams that are in Group C, as you highlighted. Well, just to thank you so much, and thank you for this opportunity, and to Matan also. It's a great job, and we want to encourage everybody to make sure that we subscribe to the
channel,
and of course support our own, and also finally to call on the Gambians to come out in their numbers. Let's buy our tickets. Let's go to the Independence Stadium. Let's make the stadium a fortress for any visiting team, and hopefully, inshallah, we will beat Algeria and go there and look at what we need to do to make sure that we get over the line to qualify to our first African Nations Championship tournament.
Thank you so much, and thank you to our wonderful viewers that have been watching Voice Out Digital Media. Many thanks to Mbadar Jazzy, who has been behind the camera, and he has been the one producing this program. And many thanks to all of you. Keep in sporting until when I see you tomorrow at the Independence Stadium.